Welcome everyone to the 187 Celebrity Synastry chart reading, where we will be looking into Lisa and Tyla. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Madeline and it is so nice to meet you. On this channel, I look at the dynamic between two celebrities using astrology. For those new and returning, I take notes on a synastry chart looking at the personal planet signs aspects and if birth times available house relays. I share these notes and add my extra insights and interpretations along the way. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe and click the bell to join us twice a week, and let's get right into this one. Starting off with the sun, we have Lisa's sun in Aries and Tyla's sun in Aquarius. They are both independent and active. They're both very independent of each other. I don't believe they've ever collaborated or anything like that. So that is there. They're both in the music industry, being independent. Tyla thinks Lisa should be more socially minded, and they both appreciate progressiveness. It's a lively and spirited relationship, and Lisa focuses Tyla to focus on herself. They appreciate the other's individuality, which I guess would be why maybe they haven't really collaborated or anything or done any music together, because they're happy with their independence and how the other's doing. Tyla's sun overlaid in Lisa's 7th house. It is love-hate and they feel united together. They are deeply moved by each other and they both get in each other's heads. They sense that they are complementary and both subconsciously try to prove they're separate from the relationship, which is interesting because from what I've been able to find, I don't think they've ever worked together or anything like that. So potentially maybe this is down the track where maybe they do end up working together or doing something together and then they end up being quite tied together. They feel the other is a big presence in their life and they need to find balance to make the relationship work. They both may be driven to express themselves in extreme ways, and there's a possibility of their personalities being lost in the relationship, which I think it could go in a couple different ways. Obviously if they are tied to each other, this sort of individuality kind of goes away with it, but potentially even just for these two by themselves, I don't know, maybe their real personalities are lost because they're presenting with this sort of fame persona, so to speak. So it could be in that way as well. Their suns are sextile to each other, so they get along and they are supportive of each other. It's a mutually beneficial relationship and they help with each other's self-esteem. They are comfortable and natural with each other and they are both willing to make the relationship work. Lisa's sun is sextile Tyla's Mercury. They have similar interests and they have an intellectual friendship. They are able to work together, so it could be down the track that they work together. They like to talk to each other and they resolve problems easily. They find it easy to share ideas and they're relaxed around each other. Lisa wants to improve Tyla, which is interesting because we saw how Tyla wants Lisa to be more socially minded. So it seems like they both have notes on each other, so to speak. They both have things they would change about the other. Lisa values Tyla's intelligence. Lisa's sun conjunct Tyla's Mars. They respect each other and they energize each other. There's a physical connection and they both see the other as their type, which could be in terms of music. They potentially have similar aesthetics or I believe Tyla's a rapper and then Lisa, she's in the K-pop scene. So it is that sort of, I guess it is a bit more different. Maybe they're more similar aesthetically. Lisa sees Tyla as too defensive and Tyla sees Lisa as too judgmental. They challenge and frustrate each other. Lisa's sun square Tyla's Jupiter. They have different values and they may overindulge each other. Excess is from good intention and there's a strong desire to make each other happy. Tyla has the ability to cheer up Lisa and they both may expect too much from the relationship. It just seems like a lot can happen from the relationship. If they do collaborate to the point where they're kind of really tied to each other, that is a lot. I wonder, I don't know, maybe sort of more on a friendship level. They both encourage the other to self-indulge and be impractical. Lisa's sun sextile Tyla's Saturn. It's a long-term relationship, which it seems to be. If we're at the current point now where they haven't collaborated and it seems like they will down the track, I assume it is more long-term than not. They work on common goals together and they both feel they can rely on each other. Tyla is loyal to Lisa and they both feel a sense of commitment to each other. They can work together business-wise, we're seeing again. Lisa's sun sextile Tyla's Neptune. They easily forgive each other and they explore intuition together, which we're seeing again this sort of element of like forgiving, and we did see as well how they have this desire to make each other happy as well. So it seems like they want to make this work, whatever it is. There's a spiritual bond and they're attuned to each other's feelings. They're conscious of each other's needs. Maybe that's how they try to prove they're separate from the relationship. Maybe it's not so much career. Maybe it is more sort of like on a, I guess, friendship level, you could say. Because we did see they both get in each other's heads, which would make sense why they're very conscious of each other's needs and everything, and maybe quite in sync with each other. Tyla's sun square Lisa's moon. There's a basic misunderstanding and there are practical disagreements. Lisa sees Tyla as too rational and selfish, which I guess would kind of line up because we did see how Lisa sees Tyla as too defensive, maybe, I don't know, too within herself, if that makes sense. Tyla sees Lisa as too sensitive and there is general discontent. Lisa may feel resentful towards Tyla over time. Tyla's sun conjunct to Lisa's Jupiter. It's a friendship and they're a lucky couple. There's an optimistic meeting and there's healthy competition. I think we're seeing again they have healthy competition, which would make sense. They enjoy travel together and they are open with each other. They have lots of faith in each other, which again, I feel like going back to that sort of forgiving element. Overindulgence can easily happen, which I think we did say they encourage each other to overindulge in everything, which would line up with that. Benefit of the doubt is commonplace, which again, that sort of forgiving element, but also because we did see how they both like getting each other's heads. So I wonder if maybe because they give the other the benefit of the doubt because they maybe understand where the other person is coming from, so it's not as like resentful building. Tyla's sun sextile Lisa's Saturn. This is a repeated aspect, just inverted. So everything from before is further emphasized. So Lisa is loyal to Tyla. So both feel a sense of commitment to each other. Tyla's sun conjunct to Lisa's Uranus. They meet each other suddenly and they are separated at key moments, which isn't really shocking considering their careers. Like if they're both in the music industry and like we have, I think Tyla's from South Africa, so I'm not sure if that's where she's entirely based, but it is a bit far from like, South Korea and everything where Lisa's in the K-pop scene. They need to embrace spontaneity and Tyla wants more stability. It's a relationship outside of tradition. I mean, I guess in a sort of a aesthetic way, if that makes sense. I guess it would make sense. It's not the first thing in the world. I think it's been done before, like rappers and sort of more sort of like contemporary pop people collaborate together. But as far as I know, I mean, for me, maybe I live under a rock. I don't really know many artists from South Africa. So, that is, I guess, new in a way. If like Tyla will be the sort of like, I don't want to say first because I feel like there probably has been someone before, I just don't know, but potentially maybe a new sort of like South African star and everything collaborating with someone from like South Korea, which is very different because normally collaborations are all American based. Maybe that's how it's outside of tradition. It's not your sort of standard like, Hollywood movie scene, music industry thing. Tyla is willing to support Lisa's desires and they met when both were looking for something different. Tyla triggers Lisa to explore her individuality and Tyla is attracted to Lisa's unconventional qualities. So potentially Tyla is drawn to Lisa's more unconventional qualities. Maybe that's why she would be interested in like collaborating with her, even like as a friend. Lisa challenges Tyla to be more unconventional. Now for the intermission, this video is brought to you by me, my Etsy store, Adeline the Astrologer. If you ever watch this and think, hey, I would like her to read my Synastry chart, well, I will. I do personalized Synastry chart readings on my Etsy store. I do both basic and detailed ones. The basic ones are a bit more simple to understand and really good for those just beginning out in astrology, getting their heads around it, or just as a fun gift idea. The detailed readings are very similar to what I do here, so it's a lot of it just with my insights and interpretation on the chart. So if you're interested in that and everything else, astrology and tarot, readings and gifts, definitely check out my Etsy store for that. I'm always releasing new other things there as well. And you can even just favorite the store just to support me for free. Thank you for listening and let's get back to the reading. So now it's time for moon. We have Lisa's moon in Scorpio and Tyla's moon in Virgo. Lisa has manipulative tendencies and Lisa is loyal to a fault to Tyla. We're seeing the loyalty thing again, so they want to make this work. Tyla has difficulty understanding Lisa and they both have a tendency to be analytical with each other. Tyla's moon overlaid in Lisa's second house. Tyla values Lisa as a source of emotional satisfaction, and Lisa may feel unsure about Tyla. I mean, Lisa's the one that seems to be the one with more conflicting feelings than not. Like, we did see she builds resentment towards Tyla over time, so it seems like she may be a bit over time not feeling it. It's a practical relationship, and Lisa may become possessive of Tyla. They both see each other as valuable, which musically it would make sense. Lisa's moon is square Tyla's Mercury. It's emotionally challenging, which from what we have seen, it could maybe be for Lisa, because we did see how Tyla likes her as a source of emotional satisfaction. So I wonder if maybe Tyla is getting a bit more out of this emotionally, and Lisa's kind of like sort of being drained. Her cup is just being emptied. They both need to learn to listen, and Lisa has a hard time getting Tyla to listen. Interesting. Lisa feels Tyla doesn't value her opinions or respect her intellectually, which I think would kind of add up with, like, you know, Tyla using Lisa as a source of emotional satisfaction. It's like a lot more taking rather than giving, and Lisa's more giving rather than taking. Tyla feels Lisa is sensitive to criticism, and Tyla feels frustrated with Lisa. Lisa's moon is square Tyla's Venus. Previous relationships negatively impact this relationship, which I think it could be in like any way, like, because they're not like old, they're not like, you know, they're at an age where they could have had any sort of like relationships, you know, romantically speaking, more serious speaking, but you know, it could also be, you know, past families, or even like getting into the music industry. I think they've been in the music industry long enough where something could have happened, so it could literally be anything. Maybe we'll see a bit more. They have a strong connection, and Tyla may struggle with her self-worth, because we did see how they both help with each other's self-esteem, and they both feel like confident in this relationship. So I'm not sure where that could be. Lisa may not be able to provide Tyla with the emotional nourishment she wants. I don't blame her, like, it makes sense. They both need to resolve their internal issues for this to work, and they both tend to take each other for granted. I think it's very easy for this to happen, because like we did see they have conflicting things, but we've also been seeing how they tend to easily forgive each other. They want to make this work and everything. Living beyond means will create strains, which is interesting because we did say they encourage each other to be like indulgent in everything. They both need to learn to compromise, and they both like each other but not their habits. This would also make sense because there does seem to be a genuine, like, you know, likeness for each other. It seems like they do conflict in ways like living beyond means potentially, and also habits potentially. I don't know, Tyla may just have a habit of, you know, just taking a lot in terms of like maybe, you know, she's just asking Lisa for a lot of help or something like that, or needing Lisa to like listen to her a lot, and potentially that is just out of habits. I don't know, something happens, she just calls Lisa out of habit. So potentially in those sort of habits, they, you know, Lisa builds resentment towards Tyla. Their values are in conflict, and they both may feel misunderstood. They both will learn how to cooperate, and Tyla doesn't always understand Lisa's emotions. I mean, maybe that is how or why Tyla doesn't necessarily give as much emotionally, because she doesn't really understand Lisa in that way. Lisa sees Tyla as narcissistic. I don't blame her though. I don't blame it. With what we've seen, you know, if I was Lisa, my head would be going there as well. Like, Tyla just keeps wanting things from me. Lisa's moon at Trine Tyla's Jupiter. They have good fortune, and there's a possibility of being too excessive. Again, that's coming up potentially with living beyond means. They're happy in each other's presence, and the adventure is important in this relationship, which we did see they enjoy travel together, so I assume that would be related. And you could also see it as like touring together as well, like that would be something important for these two to do to be successful. Honest communication is easy, and Tyla helps Lisa with her emotions. Nice, I'm glad Tyla's contributing a bit. Lisa's moon is square Tyla's Neptune. They misunderstand each other's signals, and there's a confusing relationship. There's a possibility of neglecting each other, which isn't shocking. Like, I think we did see how distance or separation occurs and causes strain, which is not surprising with their careers and everything, so I guess that adds up there. Lisa is unsure of Tyla's intentions. That's interesting. There's a difficulty maintaining the relationship. Yeah, I mean, in terms of longevity, it seems like Lisa's more irritated than Tyla with everything. Yeah, I think that's the only way. In terms of like potentially neglecting each other, like to actually continuously maintain it, that could also be difficult. But yeah, we also have been seeing how they do seem to want to make this work. It could just be difficult. Lisa is sensitive to Tyla's moods. Tyla's moon is square Lisa's Pluto. Jealousy and emotional manipulation is underlying, and Lisa can sense Tyla's unconscious needs and manipulates her with it. I never like these. I don't like it, especially, I think we saw Lisa has manipulative tendencies as well, so that's there. Lisa tends to be controlling over Tyla, and they both need to let go of the idea that love only exists with control. They both need to work through power struggles, and they both may need to work through psychological demons, which I think goes back to how, like we saw before, how they need to resolve their internal issues for this to work, which is interesting because we did see how they have like that sort of spiritual mental connection as well. So I wonder if they do have genuinely just have similar issues and everything. That's why they're kind of like in sync with each other and they can read each other very well. Projection is a challenge. Yeah, similar issues could also create projections, can't it? There's a deep emotional transformation. So now it's time for Mercury. We have Lisa's Mercury in Aries and Tyla's Mercury in Aquarius. They have common ground, and Tyla's interest in gossiping ties Lisa. Lisa just seems to be a bit drained by Tyla, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we're just seeing a lot of, she seems tired and drained. Tyla doesn't understand how Lisa takes things personally, and they share positive and outgoing communication. Tyla's Mercury overlaid in Lisa's 7th house. Tyla senses Lisa will accept the way she thinks, and Tyla finds it easy to communicate with Lisa. She seems to be very comfortable. I think that's the way she finds it easy to be, communicate with her, to be that open with her. They have strong communication and they have an intellectual bond. Lisa's Mercury sextile Tyla's Uranus. They attract opportunities as a couple, which is potentially why it seems like collaborating together would be really good for them. Like success-wise, they would make it work really well. They have open communication, and Lisa finds Tyla intellectually stimulating. They're perceptive and intuitive of each other, and they encourage the other's visions, which would help in like a collaboration sense, won't it? Lisa's Mercury trine Tyla's Pluto. They have deep conversations, and there's a revealing of deep dark secrets here. Healing negative beliefs about relationships, which is nice. And we did see how like previous relationships negatively impact this one. So hopefully it is in a more sort of, I guess, positive way where they can heal from it together as well. Tyla helps Lisa open her mind, and it's a therapist-patient relationship. I feel like Lisa plays more therapist than patient from what we've seen. They get to the bottom of matters and they feel very close to each other. They resolve difficult issues together, which we're seeing again, they have that potential to work through things. And Lisa is fascinated with Tyla's depth. Tyla appreciates Lisa's humor and easygoing nature. Tyla's Mercury sextile Lisa's Venus. They encourage each other to express themselves, and they have easy communication. They're attuned emotionally. They definitely, emotionally, a little bit iffy. Tyla's a bit more expressive and everything, but it seems like in a more sort of like spiritual, intuitive way, they're quite attuned. Enjoy the same movies and music, and they share mutual friends. They enjoy socializing together. Tyla's Mercury conjunct Lisa's Uranus. Lisa challenges Tyla's way of thinking, which I think we did see in the beginning, how they challenge each other, how the other thinks or something like that. They're impulsive together and they both enjoy experimenting, which I think would make sense because they do seem to come from different musical worlds. So I feel like them collaborating, that would be a lot of experimenting. They grow intellectually together and they come up with original ideas together, which would make sense. They discover new ways of seeing the world together, and Tyla truly understands Lisa's originality. They share an interest in unusual topics. Maybe that is where Lisa's fascinated with Tyla's depth. Considering like we saw how it seems like emotionally Tyla, Lisa seems to be a bit more in depth there. But potentially Tyla is quite deep when it comes to the sort of like, deeper, darker matters of life, when it comes to more taboos and everything. And those sort of, I guess, darker matters, it like spiritual matters and everything, and that sort of like, more ethereal side of life, if that makes sense. They are creative together and they find uncommon solutions to problems. Tyla's Mercury conjunct Lisa's Neptune. Spirituality is prioritized, not surprisingly, so I feel like that's where they're strongest together. They have a telepathic-like connection, and Tyla helps Lisa turn her dreams into reality. That's actually nice, because like seeing how Tyla truly understands her originality, potentially she's quite drawn and like motivated to like help her realize, you know, whatever vision she has. They have a habit of telling the other what they want to hear, and there's deceptive and exaggerative communication, not obsessed. Tyla finds Lisa confusing and they are compassionate towards each other. It's hard to talk about practical matters. Tyla's Mercury sextile Lisa's Pluto. They are interested in unique subjects together. Again, that's sort of like taboo thing as well, the sort of more spiritual side of things. It's a therapist-patient relationship we're seeing again, and they share a lot together. They get to the bottom of things quickly, and Tyla is fascinated by Lisa's depth. They tell each other their deepest secrets, and they both heal from past relationships together. Lisa opens up Tyla to new ways of thinking, and they resolve deeper matters together. Lisa appreciates Tyla's humor, and Tyla uplifts Lisa. A lot of this is like repeated. I feel like a record play if I was just like, this is repeated, that we've seen this before. So now it's time for Venus. We have Lisa's Venus in Aries and Tyla's Venus in Aquarius. There's mutual respect and admiration, and there's an optimistic relationship. Lisa is attracted to Tyla's unique qualities, which I think we saw with Tyla liking Lisa's unique qualities. So they do seem to like the more sort of unique things the other has to offer, which also makes sense with Tyla as well being drawn to Lisa's unique qualities and her unique ideas. Lisa can get impatient with Tyla, not surprisingly so, and they give each other space, which is it asked for space? Like, because we saw how they tend to neglect each other and they travel a lot, like separation occurs and causes strain, so it seems like kind of comes naturally, that space. They respect each other. Tyla's Venus overlaid in Lisa's 7th house. Tyla sees Lisa as the perfect partner, which it makes sense in terms of how we saw with Tyla really liking Lisa's original ideas and everything. It seems like maybe Tyla has similar sort of like creative visions and everything as Lisa, and kind of views Lisa as being the one she can work with to make it happen. They are complementary, and Lisa feels comfortable around Tyla. They both want to please each other. Again, that sort of desire to make each other happy and everything. Longevity relies on Lisa's attraction to Tyla. The way I'm interpreting this is, it's just another thing with the whole longevity relying on Lisa, because we did everything we've seen that the relationship might be deteriorating. It's on Lisa's end building resentment. Lisa's Venus conjunct Tyla's Mars. The intensity does not fade, and they will always remember each other, which I guess goes back to how, they kind of get in each other's heads and they both kind of find it hard to separate. They have petty arguments and they know how to push each other's buttons. Lisa attracts Tyla with her charm, so maybe that's part of that, how they met. Maybe, Lisa was the one who approached Tyla to collaborate or something like that. Lisa's Venus square Tyla's Jupiter. Lisa feels more confident and attractive around Tyla, and they can find a happy way to share their life. It's promising, definitely in a career sense it seems to be. Tyla may be irritated with Lisa's possessiveness, the possessive controlling tendencies from her. It's a bit weird because it seems like they can read each other very well. It's Lisa being manipulative, it's not great, but I guess it is better that Tyla is a bit more switched on with it than maybe someone else who is not really in tune with Lisa. Lisa's Venus sextile Tyla's Saturn. Lisa sees Tyla as a long-term person in her life, so it seems on Lisa's end, yes, there's some resentment building, but we're seeing a lot of they see each other as a long-term person in each other's lives and they want to make this work. Tyla stabilizes Lisa's emotions and they have a strong commitment to each other. They're willing to make sacrifices for the other and they help each other in career. That sounded like Korea the country, career as in jobs. Lisa's Venus sextile Tyla's Neptune. They prefer to see each other as a fantasy, which is interesting. Potentially, maybe they, in a creative way, Lisa is enchanted by Tyla and they are tolerant of each other. They share spiritual interests and Lisa may expect too much from Tyla. Is it too much? I guess maybe it's above like Tyla's capacity, because like emotionally it seems like Lisa's a bit sort of disappointed, you know, from what we've been seeing. Potentially Tyla just doesn't have like the emotional capacity though. Tyla is easily charmed by Lisa, which we did see how, yeah, Lisa is charmed. We did see before how Tyla is charmed by Lisa. Tyla's Venus conjunct Lisa's Jupiter. It's a fortunate relationship and there's mutual attraction. They're forgiving of each other and they enjoy each other's company. They are generous with each other and they enjoy social activities together. They travel together, we're seeing again, and people enjoy being in their presence, which I feel like, you know, could be on a sort of more like not audience level, like on a more personal level. But I feel like this seems like, because from what I know, they haven't collaborated. This, from what I'm reading, like it seems like they would be very successful at it, and like the idea of people enjoying being in their presence seems like an audience would really enjoy them, like tour and like collaborations and everything. So this would be very successful. Tyla is affectionate with Lisa. Tyla's Venus sextile Lisa's Saturn. This is a repeated aspect, just inverted. So everything from before is further emphasized, but also Tyla sees Lisa as a long-term person in her life, and Lisa stabilizes Tyla's emotions. So now it's time for Mars. We have Lisa's Mars in Virgo and Tyla's Mars in Aries. It's a practical relationship and they challenge each other. I think Lisa probably feels a bit more challenged. Tyla gets irritated with Lisa's perfectionism and Lisa tends to be critical of Tyla. Tyla's Mars overlaid in Lisa's 9th house. There's a strong need to travel together, which I feel like would be related to potentially touring together, and we literally have seen they travel together, so that's there. They have an easygoing chemistry, and Tyla is more straightforward around Lisa. Tyla feels she can have a good time with Lisa, and Tyla is drawn to Lisa. This whole thing, because we've seen a lot of how Tyla is drawn to Lisa, she's charmed by Lisa. I wonder if maybe Tyla was a fan of Lisa's before they actually met. Tyla's Mars conjunct Lisa's Saturn. Tyla sees Lisa as controlling, not surprisingly so, and Tyla respects Lisa's wisdom. Tyla tries to win Lisa's respect. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Tyla was a fan of Lisa's, if she's trying to win her respect and she's like very charmed and like, you know, drawn to her. They both need to be considerate and it's potential to be a good learning experience. We've seen in a few ways that there's a lot of potential for growth here. Tyla's Mars sextile Lisa's Uranus. They encourage each other's independence and it's an experimental relationship. They both share humanitarian interests. I think we saw at the beginning how they like have social common interests, so that's there. Lisa makes Tyla anxious. Tyla's Mars trine Lisa's Pluto. It's intense and they accomplish a lot together. They enjoy the power play between them and there's lots of primitive energy. They both go for big changes here, not surprisingly so, and there's a potential for both to get possessive, more so on Lisa's end. I don't really think we've seen a lot on Tyla's end compared to Lisa's end. Tyla helps bring out Lisa's subconscious to the surface, which I guess would play into like the whole therapist-patient relationship thing. In this way, potentially Lisa could be playing therapist. She's able to draw out Lisa's subconscious. So that was the final aspect, bringing us to the end of the reading. If you are still watching, please share your thoughts below. I'd be very curious to see what you guys have to say about this one, particularly if you are like fans of, I guess, these two as individuals, because again, yeah, as far as I know, I don't think they've done anything together. I haven't seen anything. So yeah, I'm very curious to see where this, you know, will go and everything in the future if they do eventually collaborate, because there is certainly potential for it. And if you have made it this far, please consider subscribing for more. I post these readings twice a week. And besides that, give this video a like and I will see you guys next time. Bye!